Now, my name is Mary Henry, and I'm the president of Cherish. And Cherish has had two presidents only. First of all, Mary Robinson, who did the first 20 years, and then I did the next 20 years. So I'm sort of one family bit, and she was all Cherish, so I was for the transition period. And I want to tell you something. I could give Trapattoni a few tips on how to keep a good job. Because, and I look at him, I say, all you do is you go in and you keep on growing into the FII. You're too old, the team is young, you need to get someone younger. And they could say, look, hang on for another couple of weeks. And 2 years later, you make this famous speech again. So if he's any sense at all, that's what he should go and do. I'm delighted to be welcoming you here this evening. Minister, especially welcoming you and congratulate you for bringing forward your referendum. I welcome our distinguished speakers as well, and of course, all the people here tonight, some of whom have been involved since the foundation of the organisation, others who have worked for the organisation, others who have helped with funding the organisation, others who have been involved in policy making. Everyone has made such a difference in the changes that have taken place over the last 40 years. Someone asked me earlier, what was the main change, I thought? And I said, public attitude was really the main change. And that's often more difficult to change than anything else. This is a celebration this evening, and I think it's very important to remember that, because, families are very important, and the contribution families have made to this country, whether they be one parent, two parent, or an extended family, is extremely important. I'll start now by asking Evelyn Forde, who is a founder member of the organisation, to read a message from the President. And after Evelyn's done that, we'll hand over to John McConnell, the chairman of the organisation, who will be your MC for the evening.
Thank you very much, Mary. Appreciate that. And never believe what's happened to me. I can hardly believe it myself. I happen to be married to a man by the name of Paddy O'Sullivan, which is a Suleiman, and I take out my glasses, and what happens? There's only one eye in the glass. So I'm reading a one-eyed tribute here from President Higgins, and I'd like very much to welcome you as well all here tonight, and I'd like to thank everybody that has been involved in the organisation of this wondrous event. I just can't believe that we're all here together. We still have all our bits, but if the next 10 years that may not be so. So Maura has asked me very specially to thank Karen and thank Hilary and everybody that's been involved. It's been one hell of an organisational challenge, I'd say, and you've met it very, very well. And I'm so happy to be here. I never thought I'd be reading a message from Catriona here with one glass. So he says, I would like to send my best wishes to Cherish as you celebrate your 40th anniversary. For many years, single mothers in our society were an excluded group of people without a voice. I thank you all. I thank you for all you have done in promoting an inclusive citizenship by ensuring that lone parents and their children are treated with respect and are valued as a family within our society. Your contribution to change the landscape for lone parents in this country has been a significant one. I congratulate you for your dedication and commitment, and I wish you every success in the future. And that's from Michael D. Higgins, Catriona here. And I just would like to mention here as well, there's some of our members who've died, and I especially think of Mary Cummins and Eileen Kennedy. And again, I'd like to thank babysitters, parents, everybody. I just couldn't start naming the people who've been so good to us down through the years. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is John McConnell. I'm currently the chairman of One Family. I have to say I'm particularly proud and happy to be here this evening in this capacity as chairman on this 40th anniversary. The reason for this is that I've come from a one-parent family myself, so as such I can tell you I know firsthand the contribution that the organisation has made to overcoming challenges facing non-traditional families in Ireland over many years. it's certainly an achievement worthy of celebration this evening. Now, to help us with our celebrations, we have an interesting lineup of contributors this evening, some reflecting on the past, some looking forward to the future. Our first speaker is Catriona Crowe.
In early 1996, I discovered a number of files in the National Archives relating to Irish children adopted in the United States. The files had been there since 1990, but no one knew about them. I had heard Maggie Butler, who had been one of those children, on the radio talking about her attempts to find her birth mother, and I thought we might have some policy or operational files which would shed light on the process and perhaps be of help to her. I found a relevant file number and went to the repository to get what I thought was one file, to find it had 2,000 sub-files, each one dealing with an adopted child. The files cover the period between 1948 and 1972. The reason they existed was that each child had to have a passport in order to travel to the United States. There was a great deal of documentation on each file relating to the American adopted parents concerning their economic, family and religious circumstances. Since all of these adoptions were brokered by the main American Catholic Adoption Society, the adoptive parents were invariably Catholic. All this was very interesting, but each file also contained one stark document, the only one which mentioned the birth mother. And this was the form signed by her consenting to the adoption of her child. And I'll read you an anonymised version of the form. I, say Mary Murphy of Limerick, am present residing in Shamross Abbey, Crowe, County Tipperary, Ireland, aged 22 years, make oath and say. Shamross Abbey was one of the many mother and baby homes in Ireland up to the early 1970s. That I am the mother of such a child who was born out of wedlock to me at Shamross Abbey, Crowe, County Tipperary, on the 4th of July, 1950. That I hereby relinquish full claim forever to my said child, and surrender the said child to Sister Barbara, Superioress of Shamross Abbey, County Tipperary, Ireland. The purpose of this relinquishment is to enable Sister Barbara to make my child available for adoption to any person she considers fit and proper. That I further undertake never to attempt to see, interfere with, or make any claim to the said child at any future time. Signed by the question. Quote, I hereby relinquish full claim forever to my said child. What terrible words these must have been for a new mother to see. She is asked to totally renounce her child, never to seek to find him or her, or to expect any contact from him or her. In some cases, these children were with their birth mothers for up to 2 years before being adopted. All of the natural bonds between mother and child have been strongly in place, making the separation even more traumatic. I knew that these files would be of great help to people like Maggie Butler, searching for their birth mothers, and also to some birth mothers who may have wanted to make contact with their lost children. I also knew that their existence would strike fear into the hearts of birth mothers who had never told anyone, including spouses and other children, about an experience that was stigmatised for a very long time in Ireland. I was asked to speak to Gay Byrne, then the Oracle of the Nation, on his radio show. I'd never been on the radio before, but I was so anxious about this I lost my nerves and managed to speak coherently. And while revealing the existence of the files, I was very careful to make it clear that they were closed to public scrutiny and that Ireland badly needed a contact register to mediate reunions between parents and children. In spite of these reassurances, I got a lot of panicked phone calls from women who were terrified that their secret would be revealed and that someone might turn up on their doorstep without any warning. And there was genuine fear coming through the telephone to me from these women who had never told anyone what had happened to them. Ireland is very different now in respect to unmarried mothers, who form a significant and very diverse portion of the population, lone parents in general. The fact that they can keep, rear, protect and love their children is in great measure due to the work done by Cherish and its founders, who broke down barriers of discrimination and successfully campaigned for state supports for one-parent families. But we must not forget that mothers and children so cruelly separated in the past, and we must remember that Irish families played a large part in the stigmatisation and suffering of these